Hello, this is Zahirul Alam. Welcome you all on Frankly Speaking. Our today's guest is a blind man, a visually impaired man, who is not a blind in born. After losing eyesight, how a man can steer and struggle for life and achieve many successes, he is a glowing example of that. He is a man symbol of challenge, difficulties, miserable misfortune, which made him remarkable. He is Henry Wanyoike, a Kenyan athlete and Paralympic gold medalist as a blind runner and dedicated for the cause of blind people. He came in Bangladesh on a short visit for a charity program, Seeing is Believing, for the cause of millions of visually impaired people around the world, including Bangladesh. We welcome him in our studio to listen all about his story of struggle, successes, and his vision. Welcome on Frankly Speaking, Mr. Henry.
Thank you very much.
Henry, we mentioned that you are blind, but you are not blind in born. You lost your eyesight in 1995 in a dead night.
Correct.
In a mild stroke. What happened, really?
I had a minor stroke. That was in 1995. That was around March. And after recovering from stroke, my optic nerves were damaged. And one day I went to bed. That was on 30th of April, 1995. And the following day, I could hear children shouting outside, people talking outside. But I was asking myself, why are they at this time of the night talking or shouting? But I came to realize it was morning, and I was shocked. I could not imagine, or I could not believe it, that I cannot be able to see. I thought I was dreaming. So what came to my mind, I thought it was something for a short time, and then it was goes, but it takes years up to date now.
You were a promising runner before you losing your eyesight. But after losing your eyesight, when did the idea of running again came into your mind?
You know, when I had sight, I was dreaming to be a world champion. I was dreaming to be a hero. I was dreaming to put Kenya on the map because of the way the Kenyans were being very famous and the way they were being welcomed at the airport and the way they had a lot of growth in the country. So I was saying, oh, I would love to be like them. And when I lost my sight, I said to me that the life has come now to an end. I will never do anything again. And then my career in running has come to an end. But luckily enough, when I went to rehabilitation center, I came to meet one of the teachers who was also visually impaired, and he was the game master. He told me, Henry, when I know as a student in this institution, you said you are very good in athletics. So we want you to let you to sit on your talent. We want to exploit your talent. And what happened, he told me on how it works to run with a guide. And to me, I was wondering, how can I be able to run without sight? I don't see where I'm stepping, where I'm going, which direction. And now he to explain to me how it works to be attached with a string with another person, and who is your eyes and who keep you running all the way. So, and since I wanted to be a champion, because I was insisting to be a champion, it was not easy in the beginning because I was fearing that I might fall down, have more injuries, and then I could not be able even to walk. So that was my great fear. And because of the training and then the mobility and the orientation which I did in that institution, it really helped me very much to get used and to adjust myself. And then, but I fall many times. I have full of scars everywhere, hitting the tree sometimes because I could not get the best guide, falling down. So it was not easy in the beginning, but later I came to run very well. And in 1999, that was in early 1999, in June we were marking the Olympic day run, and I did the 3-kilometer road race for all the disabled, and I won that race. So I was very excited, and I came to see, so what I was dreaming to be a champion, one day I will be able to become a champion. And it is in the year 2000 when I qualified now to go and represent Kenya in the year 2000 Sydney Paralympics.
Okay, you're a Kenyan citizen, but you came in Bangladesh as a Goodwill ambassador for a program that is Seeing is Believing. Would you share us about your program? What is your mission here in Bangladesh?
My mission here in Bangladesh is I want to show the people in Bangladesh that even the visually impaired and even all the other disabled people, we are not burdened. I'm here as the ambassador, as the voice of those who cannot, for the voiceless. And I want to show the people that even if we are disabled in one way or the other, we are capable. We are not burdened, because some people might think when you become disabled, you are burdened and you cannot be able to do anything. I'm here to show them what I have done, being a champion in athletics, of which is one of the difficult professionals, and to show the people that we are productive if they can show us the way and they can give the opportunities to the disabled people. They can do many things, many great things like any other person. We are very much capable. Even if you don't have legs, even if you don't have sight, but there are so many great things we can do. Like for me, what I'm doing in the Seeing is Believing is I'm learning many marathons and many kilometers so that I can be able to give sight to millions of people. And that is why I want to show the people that as a visually impaired, I'm doing all this. So even for the people here in Bangladesh, and I believe there are many disabled people who are being neglected, who are being abandoned by the society or their people, we need them to be treated like any other person. Give them opportunities, show them the ways so that they can also realize their dreams and then can also have their own families, and they can do anything like any other person. That is the mission why I'm here, and to tell them to support the Seeing is Believing. For those who have been lucky and those who have been blessed, to give so that we can be able to give sight, because a nation without sight, a nation without right, it's not going nowhere. So this is one of the Millennium Goals. We want to give sight, and we want for those who are lucky enough to remember those who cannot be able to do things on their own. So it's always good to remember where you started, because I believe everybody had a beginning, had a simple beginning, and so it's always good to remember like those who could not be able to be where you are.
But your Dhaka visit, particularly your Dhaka visit, is to support the Seeing is Believing program, which aims to raise funds for the restoration of 1 million people around the world, especially 10 countries, including Bangladesh. So, what do you expect? Can you realize your target of raising this fund?
In fact, we are very happy, and I'm very happy to be in Bangladesh, because this is the idea of the Seeing is Believing where it started. So it originally started in Bangladesh, and this is the part where most of the people are visually impaired comparing to its population, and that is why I need or want many people to support me so that we can be able to raise more funds, because to do one operation, it's only 20 to 30 Dakar. It's very simple operation, only 8 to 9 or 15 minutes, and the operation is done. And the next day, someone can be able to see. So it's a very simple operation, and that is why I'm here, to create awareness so that people can know what is happening, because many people doesn't know what is happening. And my mission is that I want most of the money to come to Dakar, because this is the most affected area, or this is the area we need to address, so that, or to focus, because there are so many people who are visually impaired. And as you know, there are 45 million people who are blind in the world, and 80% of this blindness is either irreversible, and we can be able to, it is also treatable. So if we can treat the blindness, we give hope to many people, and we give them more opportunities. So that is why I'm here, so that I can have more support and people can know what is happening, because for those people who doesn't know what the Standard Chartered is doing. And as a real good ambassador, that is why I have come here, so that people can be able to know the importance of supporting these people.
Henry, you have told that you have lost your eyesight, but you have not lost your vision. You have come a long way in Bangladesh, and we'll talk about your ground experience in Bangladesh. Our guest is Mr. Henry Wanyoike, and Paralympic gold medal winner, a visually impaired athlete of Kenya, Goodwill Ambassador for Seeing is Believing global campaign. Mr. Henry, we know that the 45 million people worldwide is blind, and 90% of this is in developing world, and 80% of the blind of the global population is treatable with very simple and inexpensive cost. So what can the Bangladesh and the other nations in developing countries can do in this regard? What's your experiences?
My experience is that the blindness in these developing countries has not been addressed before. And that is why I'm in the front line, because I know what it costed to me, or the suffering I went when I lost my sight, because the Kenya and the Bangladesh is the same. It's one of the developing countries like Bangladesh. There were so many difficulties. And again, most of the people, they believe it's like a curse. So, or maybe something has happened to you which is not good. So most of the people, they neglect the blindness, the people who have lost their sight. And if you give birth to a child who is blind, so most of the people, they doesn't know what to do with them. And then again, some of them, they are afraid of the operations. So that is why you see the blindness in these developing countries is too much. And that is why we need to focus, and we need to address or to highlight, to create awareness about the blindness, so that because we can reduce it in a very big number. And we need people to know more about this, because it can happen to anyone. Like for me, I went to bed, and overnight I lost my sight. So it's something which can happen. Maybe sometimes even the food we are eating, it's not strong enough that is why sometimes you can see someone have lost the sight. And there are so many cases, or so many causes of the blindness in these developing countries. But if we address or we create awareness, we can be able to do something about it. We can reduce it in a very big number.
How many places you visited already in Bangladesh?
I have visited 2 hospitals where the operation has been taking place, and I have been so much moved from this money which I have been raising through the marathons. And I'm very happy to see that many people, or as the children, the older people, now they can be able to see again. Some have gone even back to school, those who are in schools. And again, I've come across very committed doctors, nurses, who are very willing to support the Seeing is Believing project. And again, have talked to the people of the Standard Chartered Bank, who have been also contributing much towards the Seeing is Believing. Mm-hmm. And they are very much moved to see the man behind this project. So they are willing to talk and to not feel shy talking about the Seeing is Believing.
Have you visited any rural areas in Bangladesh?
Yeah, we were one of the hospitals out of the Dhaka, and it is rural. And we have also gone to see this girl who has benefited from this operation. Now she can be able to see. She's in grade 5. Today she started she went to sit for the exams, and she's willing to do well. And the grandmother was also going today to do the second operation. One eye has been operated, and she got courage because of what the granddaughter has experienced. Now she can be able to see. She has been bred for 6 years, and now because of the fearing, she could not be able to go for this operation. But now she has agreed to go for this operation. So there's so many people who can be able to go for this, but they fear to take their children for this operation now, and that is why we need to do a lot of awareness. And I'm happy now I'm in studio so that people can know what is happening and they can be able to also to pass the message to many people.
So you're saying that you're happy seeing the level of awareness to help and stand by the blind people in Bangladesh. Are you happy with that?
I'm very happy that many people have got sight, and I believe by the end of this year, where our target was up to the end of this year, we will be able to give sight to thousands and thousands of people in Bangladesh. And I believe this campaign will not stop even after we have come to an end of our target. We will continue, and I'm even looking forward to come back again to create a more awareness, even if it will need me to do marathons here in Bangladesh so that we can be able to raise more funds for the people in Bangladesh to benefit.
How much fund the Seeing is Believing program will be able to generate through this visit or program?
In fact, Bangladesh is one of the countries which is receiving a lot of money because it is the mother or the founder of the Seeing is Believing. So we are expecting to give, we had the target of $7.8 million, and we are going to give more than $1 million or more than that to Bangladesh so that we can have more operation done here.
10 countries is in this program, Seeing is Believing. So what are the other countries?
I have gone to other countries, and it is still also happening the same thing. And I'm very much pleased because I have gone to other countries, even from my country, Kenya. But the most success is in Bangladesh. So I congratulate the people in Bangladesh, the people who have been behind this success. And I believe if we work together, we will be able to combat blindness, and the blindness will be a persistence.
Which are the other countries?
There are other countries like Pakistan, India, Indonesia, just to mention a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the condition scenario in your country? What is your experience there?
In our country, comparing to Bangladesh, is that I think we have a long way to go. It has not well addressed. And I'm happy because I know when I go back to Kenya, I'll be able now to tell the people what we need to do, how we need to copy from what the Bangladesh people are doing, and so that we can be able to create more awareness. I think we need all these countries to create awareness. Many people doesn't know what is happening. And that is why, even in Kenya, I need to do a lot of awareness, because most of the times I think I spend outside the country. But when I go back, I have to, it's a big challenge to me and to the people of Kenya to do the same thing what is happening here. The operation which is going in Kenya is the same hospital where I went when I lost my sight. And there are few comparing to operation which has been going on in Bangladesh.
You are awarded in Kenya the Order of the Grand Warrior Award, the highest honor in your country. And so next, what are you looking at? We heard that you are nominated for the Laureus Award, prestigious athletic award in the world. How far are you hopeful about that?
I'm very surprised for this award to be nominated twice, because it's not easy. And I'm happy because of the Laureus Award, because it's not only for sports, but because of what I'm doing currently for the Seeing is Believing. So this is a noble task ahead of me, a noble cause, whereby most of the people in the whole world have seen what the efforts I'm making toward the Seeing is Believing. I've been nominated by 90 countries all over the world, and that is why I'm one of the 40 best in the world. I'm meeting many people who know in the world of sports, in all sports, and I'm looking forward this year to be a winner. Last year I missed just with only one person, but I believe this year I have more chances to win.
So Henry, before winding up, we'd like to know about your family life. How is your family life with your wife and one children?
I'm happy with my family. They are of great support, and that, you know, and every behind a successful man, there is a successful woman. And I thank or I credit my family because they are of great support to me. They give me all the necessary support, and that is why I always have more strength, more power each and every day. And even if I'm out of the country most of the times, they are behind me. They support me because of the seeing is believing. And I want even many people to support their bright people so that they can be able to realize their dreams. If they show us love, if they give us the support we need, the care, we can do many great things like what I have done. And I would like to tell the people in Bangladesh, let's accept the challenges. Let's accept what the life drives us, and we are going to make many things. And let's work as a team, and we are going to get to our destiny. We are going to achieve a lot.
Well, dear viewers, the Seeing is Believing campaign aims at raise funds for 1 million eyesight restorations for what Henry is here. There are 45 million blind people in the world today, and a staggering 75% of this blindness is avoidable. There are approximately 1.3 million blind people in Bangladesh, which about 500,000 are children whose blindness is treatable. Another 500,000 could have been prevented through a simple public health interventions such as immunization, vitamin A supplementation, and an early stage breastfeeding. The funds being raised for Seeing is Believing will go towards cataract operation, training doctors, and building of facilities in partnership with Sight Savers International and Vision 2020. Together with your support, Henry believes that people of good extending hand can make significant difference, give someone power of sight, and contribute Seeing is Believing today. We congratulate the brave young man for his effort. Thank you, Henry, for joining us in our show.
Thank you, viewers.
Dear viewer, we thank you indeed and welcome you to join us again on our next program. Goodbye from all of us. Take care.